guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Feel the Snow. In the last episode, we had fun learning how to use our brand new portal system, and we also made some of our very first health potions. So since then, I have not only expanded the house and tried to make this a little bit more organized, especially with our chests. Now we have areas where we can make food and our potions and whatnot, but I've also actually stockpiled our potions so that maybe we could go back down to the Dark Zone. Now, I have gone to the Dark Zone again since in between the episodes while I was gathering resources, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to beat it after all. Even with all of our upgraded tools and whatnot, we have our stone armor now, we have our stone shields. It is actually very, very hard just because they kind of overwhelm you. I mean, we could probably take out the nightmares if there were just a couple at a time, but when they overwhelm you like 3, 4 at once, then it becomes very, very hard. What we can do, however, is drop our portal down right next to the Dark Zone, and then if we get really, really damaged, we can actually jump in there and go all the way back to the house. So the Dark Zone wasn't too far away. I'm pretty sure we need to destroy the shrine that's in the Dark Zone though. I'm wondering if maybe that would get rid of the Dark Zone entirely if we were able to hit that enough to maybe destroy it. That's what I'm going to try to do anyway. I'm going to try to jump in there and hit it as much as I can before we get completely obliterated by all of those nightmares. Now I do actually have an extra sword in my inventory too. We have 2 swords in here, so just in case this one breaks, because it is actually getting pretty close to that. But yeah, let's see if we can actually do this. Let's first drop our portal down, of course. We'll open this up right here, and then if we get really, really hurt, then we'll try to run over there and jump back in it. But yeah, I even had a little fire pit down here, but it just did not work for me. So let's see if we can hit this shrine enough. It definitely seems to call the nightmares out. It's kind of pinned me too. Okay, let's try to get rid of this one. We'll see if we can maybe get rid of them before they start like really spawning and completely overwhelming me. There they go. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up. We'll go ahead and heal a little bit with our healing potions, and then we'll try to get around all of these nightmares. The big ones hit so fast that I find it's actually not really worth it to try to block them with the shield, because as soon as they ping off of your little shield, they actually just hit you again. So at least when we go out this way, they disappear, so we can kind of like heal ourselves up and try to prepare again to hopefully attack them. I think we did hit the shrine pretty well though. We hit it quite a few times. The only problem is it only does 1 point of damage at a time. So I'm not sure how many times we're really going to have to hit this before it disappears. We'll go back in though and we'll give it another try. Unfortunately, we weren't actually able to beat any of those slug monsters, and there was my sword. Good thing we had an extra one. Okay, so the big one has come back out. If I could only beat these guys, like maybe we could get some more, oh my goodness, some more of those recipes. Okay guys, okay, calm down. We'll make them disappear because that was a little bit rough. We do have this little place down here too, this like barren landscape where all of these boars spawn. So it might actually be a good idea if we try to farm these guys a little bit more too, because then we could possibly get those tusks, and I think it was the hide that we needed as well for something. We needed the tusks and the hide for the swordsman helm, and that would actually probably make it a little bit easier for us to use the sword too. So that is a possibility. That is something that we could definitely do, and maybe in fact, since this little hog is right here, maybe we should try hitting this guy. So he is definitely a lot easier to take out than those big nightmares, but it is getting late anyways, so maybe it would be a good idea just to try to level up our snow lady. I think that is definitely what we need to do, or at the very least find more resources for stronger materials, because there must be some extra little upgrade beyond stone that would make it easier for us to defend ourselves. But yeah, we'll try to get rid of these guys. I know we saw like some sort of goblin down here before, and I'm wondering if maybe we can come across them again. Right now there just seems to be a lot of these hogs though, which honestly is a pretty good thing. There we go, there's another one of those tusks. We still haven't managed to get any of the hide from the hogs, so I'm assuming it's probably just a bit of a rarer drop. We'll see if maybe this one will drop it. No, just the meat. That's pretty good too though, because we do have the kitchen now, so that'll help us at least make more of those baked hams. And we have all of these dry herbs out here too. I actually gathered up a whole bunch of those to plant right by the house, so it would be easier for us to grab them, and this guy is just scooting away from me. There we go. Jeez, and he had the hide too. There we go. All right. So we managed to get one of these, the hog skin, that's what it was. And it definitely seems like those are just a little bit harder for us to actually obtain from the hogs. But the other thing that we could possibly do is try to get some wool too. You guys have mentioned that we can get the wool from those like golem-like creatures that I keep finding. So we might see if we can grab one of those today. Let's actually go through the portal again and go right back to the house because it is going to get pretty late. We can heal up at our fireplace actually. I have my fireplace over here. I have a ton of wood too, so we should be able to light this place up. And I even have a little candle in our house now too, which is absolutely adorable. So now it's all nice and bright, and it should be much easier for me to find this place when we're wandering around the wilderness. Now, since the nighttime is coming next, and that would make it a little bit more dangerous to actually try to defeat that dark zone, maybe we should actually go up here where those nests are, because the other thing you guys told me was that I actually have to wait until nighttime to steal those eggs from the owls, the Grohs I believe they were called. So that might be a good idea because it's going to be pretty dark pretty soon, so we could actually sneak up there if we're lucky. Maybe we can get around all of these nightmares. It should just be the little guys spawning up here though. Typically in this area it's just the little tiny creatures, and we can definitely take care of these guys. So hopefully if we go up this way the Grohs will be sleeping. Let's see if that's the case. I believe the nests are just up here. There they are. And there's one of those golem creatures too. So let's try to sneak up there. We'll have to get rid of this guy first because he's going to be chewing at our heels. And then let's see if we can actually take one of these eggs. There we go, we can. Let's grab all of them actually, just in case we need them for something else. Like, I'm sorry, little guys, I'm sorry for stealing your eggs, but they're going to be very helpful. So now we should be able to go back up to the witch's hut, I believe, and give her one of the eggs, and that should complete her next quest. Let's just get rid of this guy again. Unfortunately, these guys don't drop any more recipes for us because we basically clean them out of all of the tiny recipes. Oh my goodness. But since this is only one here, we only have one of these big guys to deal with, we should actually be able to get rid of him. He hits us quite a bit, but we can actually hit him a little bit harder. Unfortunately, it seems like we might be running out of recipes from those guys too, though. So we might actually have to find those different enemies, like those goblins, and maybe the cubes will drop a little bit more. I know they were getting a little bit sparse as well, though. I think I leveled up too, and we're almost to the witch's hut, so let's go all the way up there so that we're safe. We haven't actually visited her in a while because we did make our own kitchen, so I guess she might be a little bit happy to see us. She'll be pleased that we actually managed to find her one of those eggs. So let's scoot in here, let's shut the door before this guy comes in, and then let's go ahead and spend our skill point too. So I've been spending most of our skill points in the sword mastery and the shield mastery just because I prefer to use those weapons. I haven't really bothered with the bow mastery, and I certainly haven't bothered with the magic. Those are a little bit trickier to use, so I think we'll just go ahead and place it again in the sword mastery, and we'll see if hopefully that'll help us take out those larger nightmares a little bit easier too. But there we go, now it's daytime and the quest should be done. So let's go ahead and give the witch her egg. Aha, see, wasn't that easy? Now we can begin. Okay, so she was actually going to do some sort of ritual, right? She was going to show us what the nightmares were planning. There we go, thank you little friend, but you can go now. Wait, what do you mean? What about the nightmares? I have to find my friends. Oh, those nasty things? Frankly, I have no idea. And thanks to you, they're no longer my problem. This spell will keep them away from my home. I'm not going anywhere. After everything I did, you have to help me find them. Oh, for goodness sakes, cool it. I don't want you melting on my nice clean floor. You should look for the Great Slime. It has something of yours. The Great Slime, oh geez, that doesn't sound very good. It won't be so hard to find. Just look out for huge, sticky slime trails. It should be pretty obvious once you find them. Good luck. Oh no, so now we have to go find the Great Slime? I wonder if that'll be any easier for us to defeat than all of those nightmares. We have to find a huge slime that left many traces behind, so let's see. I don't think that would be on our map, would it? We probably have to go into an area where we haven't explored before, and it doesn't look like we have any quest markers on here either, so I guess we're just going to have to stumble into it. I mean, that might be something for us to wander around looking for as we go out way over here to try to find that treasure too. We found that treasure map a very long time ago, but we haven't actually explored that way yet, so maybe we'll actually give that a try. But the one thing I do want to do before we attempt to wander off any further is see if maybe we can get some wool, because then we could actually make one of those beds, and then we can be sure that we will be actually spawning right inside our house if we do end up dying, because the Great Slime, like, that sounds like it's going to be a little bit tricky. That sounds like it's probably some sort of boss in this game, so we do want to make sure that we are are well prepared at the very least. So I think we should probably have our little snow lady eat first, and then we'll go see if maybe we can find one of those golems, or even go toward those snow dens that we were at before, where those I guess like ox creatures are, because they supposedly also will give us a little bit of wool too if we defeat them. The only problem is that we have to defeat them quickly because they tend to disappear when it becomes nighttime. So we'll just have to try to see if we can like stumble into one, I suppose. I didn't really see one on the map, or they were all quite far away. So we'll go this way, I guess. We haven't actually explored too far out this way. It looks like most of this area is just water, so I'm not sure how far we could actually get, but there must be something new in all of those places that we haven't explored. So we'll just give it a try. We'll see if we can find anything. It does seem like I'm going to have to make another one of those swords though. I'll probably have to gather up some more resources in between. And here's another one of those towers. What can I actually do with these? Like, can I hit these too? We can hit the shrines in the other place. Oh my gosh, I can hit them. What on earth did that do? Did that like heal me or something? I think that actually heals me. Okay, so I guess we'll have to keep that in mind. Those can heal us? I think I hear those pigs though. There they are. Okay, so let's see if we can actually defeat these. When I hit these though, their mother is going to come out and try to heal me instead. Oh my goodness, I think it dropped some wool though. Is that some wool? Let's see if we can grab this. Hopefully it's some wool. She is very, very upset with us though. Maybe I could get rid of her before the nighttime comes around. I mean, she hits pretty hard too, but we're doing pretty good. There we go. We actually got rid of her. So was that wool? It was, yes, we finally have some wool. I'm not sure how much we need for the bed though. Let's see. We needed cloth for the bed, okay. And we need 3 pieces of wool for the cloth. Oh no, I just need 1 more. Okay, could maybe you like come back out? Is there any way for me to do that? I opened up the portal right there so we can go back to the house, but is there any way that I could get the little pig to come back out? It doesn't seem like it. I do think I still hear one of the pigs though. Oh no, it's nighttime, so they all must have went inside. Okay, so let's sit back home with our little portal, and then maybe we'll see if we can find one of those golems instead, because we did just see one up by the Grohs. I'm not sure if they despawn after a while. It seems like they're always around though in the daytime and the nighttime, and these guys are not asleep yet. Apparently they only sleep in the very, very dark times. So we'll have to steer clear of those guys, because I don't think we can defeat the Grohs just yet. They are a little bit too much for us, because they actually overwhelm us too. They will attack us all at once. Ugh, this trail heads to the east. Oh, did she find the slime trails? She must have. Okay, maybe like this down here is the slime trail. I don't really see any slime, but okay. So I guess that means that we are actually going to have to head this way to get to the slime. It sounds that way anyway, and that's actually pretty perfect because we wanted to go that way toward the treasure anyway. This might be another one. It looks like it. I think it went south. Okay. Okay, so we actually have to follow all of these like bouncing trails, it looks like. I was not expecting to run into the slime today, so that might be something that we try out in the next episode instead, because we do definitely want to make sure that we're prepared for this. So I wonder if it's actually just in this area or if we have to go all the way down past the settlement and whatnot. We'll have to see if that's the case, but we know that it's in this general location. Gross, looks like it headed west. Now it's going west. Okay, so it's going in like a circle, basically. Now it's going back toward our house. That is not a good sign if it's going to be at our house instead. And there's another one of them, too. I think it went south. Okay. Okay, so we just have to follow all of these little bouncing trails. Now, it's honestly not that much bigger than these normal little slimes that we've been coming across, so maybe it won't be too bad. Maybe that's a good sign. I mean, I guess we're still in the beginning stages of the quests. Well, I spent all night looking for those ice golems and I could not find a single one, but now that it's the morning again, we should be able to find those little pigs. There they are. So let's see if we can get that last piece of wool from these guys. If I can get this guy just a little bit further away from his den actually, then I might be able to slay him before he goes running back inside, but he is a little bit shifty. He knows what we're planning, so let's just try to grab him. There we go. So we can actually defeat the little ones before they run inside now, since we're a little bit stronger. And honestly, the mothers aren't that hard for us to take care of anymore either. So there we go. We have enough wool finally to make 1 piece of cloth. And then we should be able to also make a bed, and it looks like we have some slime trails over here too. I think it went south yet again, so it seems like, I mean, all the way out here, we were over here before when we were looking for the slime trails. So we are really going to have to run all around the world to try to find this giant slime. That is going to be quite the adventure, and it's definitely something that I think we'll do in the next episode, especially now that we're going to have a nice little spawn point inside our own house. So let's open up our portal so we don't have to run all the way back to the house. There we go. I absolutely love that. That is so helpful. And then we'll go in here and finally make our first bed. So first we're going to have to make the cloth, of course. We'll go into our materials and make our one little piece of cloth because I believe that's actually all that we can make. Yeah, it definitely is. And then hopefully we have all of the other materials that we need. Let's see, yeah, just some wood and some cloth. So let's go down to our workbench and create our very first bed. So hopefully this means that we won't have to spawn inside the old man's house anymore. And now we basically have like everything we need for our own little house. And how adorable is this bed? Oh my gosh, it's a little blue bed too. I think we could actually change the color if we wanted to. It looked like there were 72 options. If I could find one of those little hammers or something to pick that up, then maybe we could test that out. Let's see, the hammer allows us to dismantle structures. So we'll go ahead and use that, and we'll see if maybe we can actually change the colors as well. I would imagine that is probably the case. So let's pick this up. I'll just have to toss out maybe our fangs for now so we can grab this bed and then plop it right back down again. Oh my gosh, yeah, look at that. We can change the colors and everything. That is crazy. But yeah, I definitely think we want to have a purple bed in the house. Though now my tusk is kind of like on the other side of the bed. That might be a little bit of a problem, but I'll go ahead and gather that up in a moment. So in the next episode, what we'll do is we'll try to find where the great slime is hiding. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys!